What's happening, everyone? Ian McGriff here with digitalAIM Media. Did you know that marketers that focus on blogging and content creation and article creation and video production received a 13 times higher return on investment in their marketing than others who focus solely on direct lead generation through paid media? Now, that's not to say that paid media isn't essential for the majority of businesses out there. You do have to buy placement to get in front of the right people at the right time, especially with all the advanced behavior-based targeting and analytics that we have our hands on today. Buying media is absolutely essential to get in front of the right people at the right time at the right place. But this goes back to our conversation yesterday about why content is so important for your business, why you have to continue to create different types of content to get in front of people, because the more that you create content, the more information that you're pushing out there, talking about your business, talking about why you're relevant, talking about why you're special, why you're unique, why people should do business with you, is essential to make sure that you are being found in a number of different ways, right? Being found through Facebook shares, through LinkedIn shares of the article or the video that you're creating, being found through search by making sure that when people are looking for things relevant to your business, things that they're going to be looking for, that your business is found with the content that you're creating. And even the opportunity for a national publication or a regional publication or an industry-specific publication, finding one of the articles that you created and picking up and using it with your consent in a national publication, using their body of work to take your article and run with it, to take your video and run with it. These are all things that have the potential to happen when you create enough content with enough frequency to help you be found for what you want to be known for, right? What is it that you do? What's the problem that you solve? Create content based around that. Marketers who focus on blogging, content creation, and video receive a 13 higher return on their investment than those who only have paid media. Again, paid media is essential, but this goes back to why you need to be creating content on a regular basis. So think about it this way: the more information you push out, the more content that you can create that's going to talk about your business and why you're important, the more people are going to be exposed to your business, right? We always bring it back to attention. I want to get massive amounts of attention for the businesses that we work with, the businesses that we represent, the businesses that we create content and buy media for. I want to get massive amounts of attention for them and use really creative methods to do so so that we've got volume in our production and we've got scale, which means that we can turn up the juices when we need to, so that we can crank the volume when we need to make sure that we're getting in front of the right people at the right time at the right place. So how can I get a lot of attention, right? I can pay for it, which is something that has to happen. I can pay for that attention, but I've got to double it up with something else. I've got to make sure that I'm doing something that when people are looking for information, and people are looking for information all the time because, number one, people are curious and they have a computer in their hands 24/7. How can we utilize that? How can we find benefit from that? How can we make sure that the information that you have about your business that's up here, that you can put down on paper, that you can put into a video, and make sure that people are finding relevant information about your business to help them out, to help them solve a problem, to help them gain greater understanding about what they need to do to resolve that problem and potentially use you for those services. And that's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to create enough content and get enough attention so that they have no choice but to work with you, right? By pushing out enough content on a regular basis, you put yourself into a position to be the only person in the market for them to utilize for that service. And that's exactly how you should approach your marketing. I want to be out there with so much that you can't ignore me, that there's no way that you can't recognize that I am the leader in the industry, that I have to be your best choice. Even if you can't afford me, you know that I am the best and you would recommend me to other people even if you can't afford to work with me. That should be your end game with your marketing, that you get so much attention because you produce so much that people can't ignore you. And then you go on the back end of that and you buy the right type of media placement to get in front of the ideal customer, to draw them back to that same content so that they understand who you are. They understand what you do. They understand why you're so important. You're using that paid media to get in front of people who have never heard of you before, people who have never seen you before, people who have no idea what you do and who you are and what you're about. So that content is really, really important because that content can also mesh together with the other types of content that you've created. Let's say you create a blog. The blog is on a certain topic, and that topic will spin into several different points of other topics. Throughout the course of the blog, you'll reference the aspects of other topics, but you'll keep it focused on that one in particular, right? If you've created other content on those other topics, you get to link the previous articles, the previous blogs, the previous videos, previous whatever it has been into that content piece. And you have the opportunity to take people to other content that you've created and link all these things together. Now, why is that important? Because it takes people from one thing to the next and shows them, envelops them in how much you've done, how much content you've created, so that they can't get away from it. They gain that understanding, they gain that awareness of this is the predominant space that this person plays in. This is the authority in this space, and this is who I need to use for this service. They will answer my problem. They provide the solution. Clearly, they know exactly what they're talking about because they're telling me that they know what they're talking about over and over and over again. And that's exactly what content allows you to do. And we've been hammering on content a lot lately, and that is why you need to take action on it, because it's that important. Because 13 times return on your investment. If you take 1 hour to write 3 blogs in a day, you're gonna get a 13-time return on your time over time because of the time that you spent on that. So it's that important to take the time to really commit to creating content on a regular basis. That's why we create these videos on a daily basis, so that you have something to connect with our business for what we do and why we can help you. What the problem is that we can solve for you is it's coming through the video. And then we create blogs out of it, we create podcasts out of it, we turn them into social media posts. We do a lot of things with these videos besides just make the videos. And that's exactly what you have the opportunity to do as well. So you've got to create content on a regular basis. It's that important, and you've got to find time to make sure that you're doing that. So what can you create content on? What's a topic that any industry can talk about? Any industry can talk about why they are important, and what are things that you can start creating content on right now. Number one, why is your industry important? What is relevant about your industry, and why is your industry necessary for businesses, for the marketplace, for people at home, whatever it is? Why is your industry important? Why is your individual businesses important? What problem do you solve, and why do people need to know who you are and what you do? Right? The next thing is, how does your business work? Right? What are your processes? Well, how does your business actually work? What are the problems that you solve, and how does it relate to people's everyday life? Right? The third one is, who are your customers? Who are the people that you need to and want to connect with? Who are the people that need this solution, right? You have to identify who that is. And then what's the end goal of your business, right? Is the end goal of your business just to make money? Probably a big part of your goal, but probably not the complete goal. You probably have a bigger aim and a bigger purpose with your business. What is it? Tell people about what your goals are. Tell people those 5 things. Start with that. Start with content based off of those 5 things, and you're gonna see that you have incremental aspects of each one of those that you can talk about. Your goals are huge, and yes, it stems from revenue, but you also wanna help people. And when you help people, that creates an opportunity to do what? Right? What else does that create the opportunity to do? That will give you incremental steps to talk about through this process by creating content when you focus on talking about those 5 things. So content is essential because it pushes information out into the marketplace so that people can better understand who you are, what you do, why you're important, right? What is the problem that you solve? And then you can make yourself available through your content to them. And then you back it up with your paid media and get in front of people who have no idea who you are, or your best prospective customers, the people that you really want to make sure that you're getting in front of, who have no idea who you are and what you're all about. That's a way that you can make sure that you're utilizing your content effectively and driving those paid leads back to the content to answer questions about what you do and why you're important. So start with those 5 ways that you can break down your content and start creating content today to make tomorrow more significant and drive more leads and create more awareness for you and your business.